I still don't have a camera yet, guys. A double camera phone, but I'm gonna try to do this video quick. This video is gonna be pretty powerful. It's done as an example for us, as a warning. Okay, and this is a couple years after Joshua left. Joshua led them over into the promised land. Okay, and it says, "And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord delivered them into the hand of the Midianites." Now, what I want to point out there is that the Lord delivered them into the hand of the Midianites. And how would the Lord do this? Okay, the Lord would do this by allowing the devil to get in their minds and to kind of lead them, that kind of way. Okay, but God is overall sovereign. He's the one that allows this when we're not doing what we're supposed to do. And I'll show you why in just a second. Okay, and it says, "And the hand of the Midianite prevailed against Israel, and because of the Midianites, the children of Israel made themselves dens, which are in the mountains, caves, and strongholds." So what the Midianites were doing is they were coming over there and taking their stuff. Right here in the next verse, and it says, "And so it was when Israel had sown, so the Israelites were doing the work, and the Midianites were coming over there and just taking it." And it says they encamped against and destroyed the increase of the earth, and it come to Gaza and left no substance for Israel. Okay, and it says, "For they come up with their cattle, their tents." They were a whole bunch of them. Just think about today, and the ones that would be causing us trouble in our society. How many are there? They are without number, and they're like armies. Okay, just like they were back then. God allowed the devil to bring them up, evil generation, violent, to punish them. And it says right here, and it says, "And Israel was greatly impoverished because of the Midianites, and the children of Israel cried out to the Lord." Now that's what God wants the whole entire time. All right, is for you to turn to Him. So when you go off and you start doing your own thing, because He gives you the ability to make that choice, what He does is He allows the devil to cook up something like this, and it ultimately turns you back to Him. So God's got you covered every which way, but He makes us do it. You have to actually cry out to Him and apologize for the things that you've done and ask for mercy. All right, and it says, "And it came to pass when the children of Israel cried out to the Lord because of the Midianites, the Lord sent a prophet down there." So the way He does it is He'll raise up somebody and He'll teach them, the truth of the word. Okay, and we're going to skip on down here a little bit, but He's sending them for Gideon. Okay, but I want to show you something cool here. Now, what they had done is they set up idols, and they really didn't know God. Okay, so when it comes down here, you have little faith Gideon out there hiding in the caves and stuff, using his wine press. And it says, "And there came an angel of the Lord, and it sat under the oak tree." That's right there in verse 11. Now listen to this. He doesn't have his communion with God, okay, because they're doing their own thing. Their communion with God is cut off, and therefore he doesn't even realize that this is an angel. But God had to send an angel down there to him because he evidently hadn't been praying or whatever. His communion was weak. Okay, so an angel goes down there. An angel of the Lord appeared to him and said, "The Lord is with thee, thy mighty man of valor." And Gideon said, "Oh, my Lord, if you're with us, why is all this stuff happening to us?" Just like today, when people talk about God, they say, if God was real, why would all this stuff be happening? Gideon used the same excuse. He still doesn't realize he's talking to an angel. Okay, but he goes to asking for miracles just like people would today. All right, and then we come over here. Now check this out. After he talks to the angel a little bit, when he presents an actual sacrifice, like back in the day, they would have to do this to, make up for their sins, that they would just believe in Jesus. But until he actually did that, the angel was the one that stayed there with him, and his communion with God was not reconnected until verse 21. It says, "Then the angel of the Lord put forth an end of the staff that was on his hands, touched the flesh, and prevented the leaven cakes." All right, and then the angel of the Lord departed out of his sight. Okay, so we can lose our communion with God and we won't even realize it, but we're not even communion with God. We may be communion with some angels or something like that, but it's an example for us, guys. And I want you to think about us today and what has God allowed the devil to do to punish us, to turn us back to Him?